was working. I gave it to them, like to be killed. If you not on my gang, you need to be killed. To be killed out.
Destruction and death was their destiny. Welcome to Treasures. We're so grateful to God for the impact Victory Outreach Ministry has made all over the world. We've heard testimonies of what God has done with this program in many different countries, and we're blessed by it. Today we want to share with you one of the many miracle stories from Victory Outreach, South Africa.
Right now, the need is great in South Africa. We've been able to see firsthand how violence and drug addiction has overtaken the country. It seems like everywhere you go, someone's being robbed at gunpoint or someone is overdosing on drugs. People wake every day they wake up with a fear that it may be their life.
And in the midst of all the danger and turmoil, we've been able to effectively reach out with the message of Jesus Christ. One of the young women that was reached from the streets of South Africa is Natasha. This is her story.
I'm from Hanover Park in Cape Town, South Africa.
How can a boy just came to the tavern and started stabbing innocent people?
You want another weapon? I'm not cheating you. Why are you standing? Now, Hanover Park is an area in Cape Town. Shootings are the norm every day. There's a lot of drug addiction, a lot of gangsterism. I grew up in a house where my father was saved. At first, my dad got saved while I was actually about 3 years old and so. And grew up in church. Dad raised us up in the ways of the Lord. And then along the way, I got distracted at my teenage years. I started smoking at the age of 13 years old. I started only with like marijuana, taha, smoking cigarettes, and taha and alcohol. And then I was introduced to rocks, coke, cocaine, ecstasy. That's in the clubbing lifestyle that I had. And later on, when Turk came to South Africa, and I got married at the age of 18 to a Muslim guy, and I adapted a new lifestyle. He was an armed robber. He never worked before. We went to prison. In the year when my child was a year old, he was locked in. I moved back to my community and still continue to live my life, continue smoking and drugs. After 4 years, when he went into prison, I got raped by my best friend. I got hijacked until I fell pregnant with my second child. So this was a rape. And that just took me further into my drug addiction until this guy was a married man that I had a child with, and then he went to prison for killing his own son at the age of 3 years old. Then he went to prison for 20 years, the other one in prison for 17 years, and so now I didn't have any hope. So now I had to stand for myself. I had to live the life on the streets, living from Tarag house to Tarag house, and continue just using my Tarag habit to keep it all together.
When I first saw Natasha, she was rough. She was rough. She was one of the guys, you know. She was like, I could see that because she's from the area that called Hanover Park, where the homies.
I was part of a gang. I belonged to places where the places that I worked in was places where you need to hustle for your drugs. I started operating with the underground system, moving the drugs into Cape Town. It was just a lifestyle I had to live because I was with the most wanted people. Because it's like a vigilante force that's out to kill these people. So I was on the hit list because I was always at the wrong place at the wrong time. But deep down I was really hurting, messed up, and the drugs was just a cover up.
The first time that I saw her, I didn't know anything about her, but I could see that she came from a rough background. Just by the way she expressed herself, the things that she said, the loudness. I knew this girl is from an area of Cape Town where they sell drugs, where there's a lot of gangs, because of the roughness that she had.
So on the streets, people were always, they described me as I was daring, I wanted to go after what I wanted, and I was willing to go the extra mile for my friends. I was willing to do what it takes to get onto money because it was for the love of money I did. And I was searching for fame, for fortune, because I wanted to build a name for myself. But at the end, money couldn't fill that void that I had inside of me. Not even the friends that I have, or what I was searching for, it all ended up to a dead-end street. Because now, at the end, it was like my own friends wanted to kill me. I was hurting, deceitful, manipulative. I was evil-minded. Evil-minded. I just wanted to see, if you're not from my territory, I would like you to be killed. If you're not from my gang, you need to be killed. And that is just how I felt. It was money, and I defend my gang.
She was really living on the edge of like with the gangs, with the drug addiction. You know, that she was really calling a lot of shots, and that she was, yeah, like I said, she was living on the edge. It's like, I mean, she could have been taken out any minute, you know, by the other gangs.
And my plan was, I'm gonna die on the streets one day, and if I die, my parents would know what my lifestyle was. People would understand this is what I'm doing. I'm living out to die for my gang. I was loyal to my gang, and that is what I wanted to do. At the end, I just ended up back on the streets again. I ended up just living for the gang again. I ended up just being there all the time. And it was like difficult because everybody else that trusted me, they turned their backs on me. My family rejected me, the community rejected me because I was involved in some murders that took place in our community of people that was like a help to the community.
Still remember when we, in the evenings, that I had to really comfort my kids because there were shootings every night. And gangs, like young boys from 9 years old, they're like fighting over turf, fighting over drugs, and they shoot each other broad daylight. So that was something that I don't know if you can get used to that, but the contrast is like, Cape Town is such a beautiful city, but then in the Cape Flats, as they call them, there's a lot of violence, a lot of drug addiction taking place.
son of 2 years old, and in that same time my son got sexually assaulted and raped for people that which I was involved in with for the drugs. The lady of this house in the front of me, her son actually was the one that did this. And when I turned the door open, I got him arrested. Then I ran down the streets holding my son, and I was really like out of it. My mom took care of them at that time because I was too messed up. Social welfare took them from me, and my sister took my eldest daughter, and my son was placed with other people. From there, I just started smoking, running with the gangs. I ended up in a place where I was with the gang members, and I found myself at the wrong place, the wrong time, where I got shot, 7 flesh wounds, and 1 bullet with a bullet is still in my arm here. And I just lived out on the streets to die because everything was messed up. I was alone, I was rejected. Living in the drug houses now, you have to live to survive. So stand up, wake up, you smoke to go sleep. When you smoke all night through, you must go smoke and sit to smoke and live your life. You go out to the street and you go see where your next fix is going to come from. Some go sleep for the next fix, some go steal, some go shoplifting, some go rob, and some even go breaking in houses. So this is what the lifestyle is when you live on the street here smoking heroin in an open bar. I went for an armed robbery and I had to pull the guy off as I was the prostitute, and I had to get him, but I had to leave the van's door open, so the guys that hiding in the bushes, they need to jump in and rob the guy. And then when we pulled off in the road, I was waiting for them to come off, but I didn't have any intentions to sleep with this guy. I was just tying my laces, taking off my shoes, like making as if I was taking it off. But then they didn't come from the back, they came from the front. And as he came from the front, and the guy saw, and the guy jumped up. And then he started shooting, and I came in the window. And as he shot through the window, splints and that came off, matches on fire. And I just shouted, kill him, because I thought, okay, if they kill him, this is out of fear I'm shouting, but it was my duty to take the gun back to the house. It's like a distance I need to run. I go from the scene, they see what they get, and then I meet them back at the house. So now I ran over the field, over the main road, and I came in the flat, and I was standing outside because now I can't go into the house. I have to stand on the staircase, and as I stood on the staircase, all that was playing to my mind was, what if they killed me now? What were they going to tell your family? And that was when I started becoming fearful. And a voice every time comes to my mind that your own friends is going to kill you because now you know too much, you've seen too much, and they're going to kill you because he didn't even scare to shoot right through the window, and it's like a space like this between you and the guy. I started isolating myself from everybody, started walking alone, and in the same time, all the doors started closing for me. There's like 4 drug houses in my vicinity, and all 4 doors started closing. They started telling me, no, we're sleeping, you can't come in, right? There's an empty house now. So I was sleeping in front in this empty house alone. So in these times, I started at 1 o'clock in the night, I started walking down the street, and I would start saying, Lord, I don't want this, and I don't want to live like this. This is a way out. Please help me. And in this time, I started crying out to God to give me one response to be doing so I can change my life.
Natasha knew nothing but gun violence. She couldn't break out of it, but God had a plan for her life that would soon unfold.
In the state I was, nobody believed me that I wanted to change because I had the tablets, I got medication, I went to doctors, rehabs, and I just ended up disappointing everyone else. And now it was, I had to do it on my own.
You could see like the diamond in the rough though, because she wanted that. She didn't want that life no more, and she showed us where she used to stay, the guys that she used to hang out with.
That time I started believing that only God must make a way for me. And deep in my heart, because nobody else believed me, I always believed that God is going to put the end to my drug addiction. When I went into the drug house, I cut the heroin open and I started crying, but I didn't know why I was crying, and the tears started running down my face, and they asked me, "Chocolate, what's wrong?" And I said, "No, this is my last unga, I'm smoking now." And that was 2008, the 10th of August, 2005, and that was the last I smoked. And that night I went into the woman's home, and I'm still every day out there still. Crying.
When I first met Natasha, that was in the recovery home. Now the recovery home, across the street from the recovery home, that's where she came from. That's where Hanover Park is.
She was rough. She was rough. She was one of the guys, you know. She was like, I could see like their behavior still. She was rough, man. She would like just tell it like it is. And
I went to the women's recovery home, and that was where God started getting a hold of my life. I learned how to pray, learned how to grab a hold of God, and that's where God started dealing with me, healing me from all the things that happened in my past.
every time that Natasha when she would go to our old neighborhood, into Hanover Park, and she would meet some of the people she used to hang out with, that she used to smoke with, she used to do like, you know, what they call gangsterism, you know, she's involved in that with. You could see there's a lot of respect, but also like a hope. They would say like, wow, if you can change, because nobody will help you. If you can change, then I know that, you know, that there might be hope for me.
All of these people, practically, I used to smoke heroin with them. I used to go out to rob. I used to do a house breaking. I used to love the gangster life with these people in this house. And this is where God has taken me out of. He took me out of the drug house and took me into the women's home and victory outreach. And that's where God changed, grabbed a hold of my life, and He changed my life.
Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul.
The first thing that stood out of me is that everyone knew her. It was like, "Hi, Natasha, hey, Natasha," but at the same time, she'd draw a crowd because she was changed. It wasn't the same Natasha that would sell drugs and take drugs. This was Natasha that was, they could literally see that she was changed, and she would speak differently. And because of that, a lot of people would come to her and ask her, "What is different about you? What is it that makes you different from us, yet we still recognize you?" And she would share about the power of Jesus that changed her.
And then I felt I just want to give back. I want to give back with my life, whatever it takes. I need to reach someone out there. I need to reach another woman that comes from where I come from. If you get the chance to accept Jesus Christ in your life, will you do it? And would it be okay if I would pray with you guys? And that is how God started giving me a burden, and I told myself, whatever it takes, I want to do what God has created me to do. And read your word. And read your word. In Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Just to reach out to people, whether it's women or who, people that's bound to drug addiction, because now my life is not just it's a message to not women, to men out there, the people that I was walking toward, and the people that saw me how messed up I was. After all the options that I tried already, Jesus Christ was the only option that there was out for me.
Well, every time that Natasha would go back to her neighborhood, you know, to tell the people there what Jesus did for her, then you could see like, wow, it was like an amazement. Like, wow, if God can change you, there must be hope for me. So you saw that there was respect and a sense of hope.
I'm grateful for the women's home. I'm grateful for this ministry. I'm grateful for God sending Victory Outreach to Cape Town, because I know I wouldn't have put it in anywhere else. Because there isn't another ministry that is handcrafted like Victory Outreach. And this is the hand of God upon this ministry. I want to let you know there's hope in Jesus Christ. There's hope for the drug addict. There's hope for the alcoholic. There's hope for the prostitute. I want to let Lama know that Jesus Christ loves you.
And when I saw Natasha preaching the gospel and being so passionate, that's when I knew she still had the boldness, but she was changed by the power of God. The love that she had for those people, preaching Jesus, it blew my mind.
When God spoke to me about my calling, it's hurting women I need to reach. Those hurting women that's down and out, those prostitutes, and that girl that is hopeless, because I was at a hopeless point.
You will fall, no turning back, no turning.
I mean, the biggest changes I've seen in Natasha, it's amazing, because she used to be real rough, like one of the guys and dressed like that, like a gangster. And now, I mean, I see a lady, you know, a lady, and a good-looking lady.
And so when I first met her, she was rough, she was wild, very loud. She still is, but for Jesus. And she's a very special girl with a very special anointing upon her life.
I'm a woman of God. I'm a woman of purpose. I'm a woman of integrity. I want to do what God has called me to do, and I want to be part of this vision.
God has completely changed it. Like it's like night and day. It's beautiful what God is doing in her life, and she's like a woman of dignity now. At first she had like a aggressiveness, because basically like to protect herself. You know, if I don't touch me, because on the street you need that. But now there is like a vulnerability, like a love. You can see the softness and the dressing and acting like a lady. That's beautiful. That's only God can do that.
Natasha is radical. She's sold out. She's fun, and she's passionate for souls.
I was willing to go the extra mile, and I was willing to die for my gains. And the same way I'm willing to die and live for this cause, to see drug addicts change and how Jesus Christ can transform their lives. But the same way, I want to run with this vision. I want to see people get changed in our country. I want to see women reach their full potential and answer the promises of God, because I'm nothing without God. I'm nothing without God, because He took me out of the lowest places. I'm so grateful, because I know I would have been dead out on the street. And I know I would have been nowhere. I was messed up. Because not my parents or anybody else could have helped me out of this.
What a story. That's fulfillment of a prophecy that God gave us many years ago.
That's how we named the show Treasures. The Bible says in Isaiah 45, 2 and 3, I'll go before you, make the crooked places straight. I'll break in pieces the gates of bronze. I'll cut the bars of iron. And I'll give you treasures of darkness, hidden riches of secret places, that you may know that I, the Lord, who called you by name, am the God of Israel. And God has proven that to be true all these years.
God is a faithful God over and over again. We've seen so many, like the testimony that they have just seen all over the world, the way God has answered prayer.
I think one of the keys to that promise is treasures of darkness. darkness. And people that came out of darkness, they're treasures, they're valuable to God. Every single person that we've reached over these years are so valuable to God.
And the transforming power of God was able to take this young lady, and she was in gangs, and she was in drugs, and she had hate and violence within her heart, and God was able to transform her, and now she's become productive. God is using her. Is that
It's amazing
amazing?
how God can turn something completely around and make them, if they weren't useful, now they're being useful. They have a purpose, they have a destiny, they have dignity back. God has given her all this back to her life, and now she has a reason to live, a reason to have a future. She has a future and a hope. You know, it's amazing.
And God has built this ministry through the lives of people that He has changed. Miracle stories, miracles that have taken place in the lives of so many people, and they get changed, and then once they accept Jesus, then they want to get involved within His ministry. She's involved now in giving Bible studies and going out into the streets and preaching.
And winning souls. You know, in South Africa, we've both been there before. The need is so great, tremendous need. And it takes a person from that background to reach a person of that type of lifestyle. So she's reaching people that were the way she was. It's amazing.
And you know, Sonny, there are many that are tuning into this program that also are in the same place that Natasha was. What I'd like you to do, I want you to say a prayer and minister to them right now. I know we don't have that much time, but just go ahead, and I know that there are people that need to accept Jesus within their hearts.
The Bible says, he who the Son sets free is free indeed. And all you got to do is say a simple prayer. Invite Jesus into your heart. And I'm going to lead you in that prayer right now. I want you to repeat after me and say, Jesus, I surrender my life to you. I give you my life. Cleanse me from all my sin and come into my life. In Jesus' name, amen. If you said that prayer by faith and you meant it, God, Jesus is coming to you.
If you prayed that prayer, then God has done the work in your life. And what I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to ask you to begin to tell people about it. This is the most important thing. You need to take that experience that you've had and begin to tell other people about that experience. Because God wants to use you. God has a divine purpose for your life. That's what He's done with the young lady's testimony that you just heard, how He's able to use her. The same way He uses her, God wants to use your life. So go out there and begin to tell people how your life has been transformed and how your life has been changed. Well, praise God. We'll be looking forward to seeing you again real soon. I hope you have enjoyed our program, Treasures. Victory Outreach is a ministry that has been in existence since 1967. We've been taking the message of Jesus around the world. And we're right here in Amsterdam, Holland, opening up a brand new church, Victory Outreach Amsterdam. And God has also blessed us that we've been able to reach all over Holland and establishing our ministry in different cities. I hope you have enjoyed the program, and I hope you tell your friends about it so that they can come and hear the great testimonies that are in the program Treasures. Once again, God bless you.